Yeah, despite that rare high-scoring game last night by Seattle, and it was
Yeah,
rare, 10
rare.
runs. They averaged like at 3.5 runs on the season, right? And going into last night, they're still 25-9 under. They were 25-8 under until last night. So they've been a huge under team, very suspect offensive team. But the pitching's been great. The bullpen's been strong. But Minnesota's bullpen's been pretty strong as well, and they've also been suspect offensively. In fact, at home this year, Twins only about 3.5 runs a game, 230 batting average. Mariners have actually been a much better offensive team on the road, 4.5 runs a game, 240 average, and that's because their home park is very pitcher friendly. So a lot of the over/under angles have to do with them, low scoring games at home over the years. With that said, we have seen some money coming in the under. It's gone from 8 down to 7.5. We've also seen money come in initially on the Twins. They opened as a slight dog overnight. They're now minus 110, a little bit less in some locations. And the first thing that catches your eye, these are two teams in excellent current form. I think Seattle over the past months had like the third best record in baseball, and they got off to a little bit of a slow start. They're now 20-16 with that strong run, but Minnesota's just 20-15 on the season. But the Twins have won, what is it now? I think something like 11 of their last 13. So these are two of the hottest teams in baseball. Yes, there were some runs put up with 16 runs last night, but they only had 10 and 9 hits each. In fact, Minnesota's had single-digit hits now in 5 straight, 7 of their last 8. Seattle is hitting the ball a little bit better. 10 hits now in 4 of their last 6 games, but I'm still not a believer in this offense, so I would lean towards the under here. But I also like the Twins at home here in what should be the deciding game of maybe a 4-game series. I think they get to 2-1 here. The deciding game could very well be tomorrow on Thursday, the getaway game. But two teams in excellent current form. I just trust a little bit of Minnesota more at home. Starting pitching edge does go to the Mariners here on the paper with Kirby. He's having an excellent season, 1.04 whip, but I also think he's due for a little bit of regression, and we might see that tonight. Kirby has given up just 1 earned run in his last 3 starts, and that's over 18 innings of work. No pitcher in baseball is that good. So I think a little bit of a reversion to the mean for Kirby tonight would also benefit Minnesota. Paddack, meanwhile, coming off an impressive 6-inning shutout in his last start. In fact, he's had 2 shutouts in his last 3 starts, 6 innings and 7 innings each. So both pitchers in pretty good current form. I lean under for that reason, but I also like Minnesota as the home small favorite tonight on Wednesday. And once again, the 4th game will be tomorrow on Thursday. Another good matchup between two good American League teams right now.
Yeah, Stephen, we have a question here from FB Coach, and it's we'll follow up with Zeno and get his thoughts as well. But I hear you talking about that pitching matchup and how it makes you start leaning towards playing an under, whether it be first 5. You think there's a back-end bullpen that could help you out playing the full game if you're getting some value and a key number that works to go under. But the question from FB Coach, he's asking, do you ever see a good pitching matchup or low totals and you just figure, why not bet no run first inning? Like, is that something that you throw in there, or do you find that, a little bit tougher to try and isolate a specific inning and starting a game with no hits? Do you ever throw that much in as far as client plays or just, personal plays?
I think in this situation, I don't mess with it much, but I think in this situation, it would make some sense because when you have a total as low as 7.5, you can't have much scoring in the game. So the first inning probably has to be clean. And both pitchers have been in good current form. Now, one of the reasons I would not like it, and I prefer the full game under 7.5, is a couple things. First of all, 7 is a very key number. It's one of the most key numbers in baseball, 7 and 9. So we're getting that key number working for an advantage in the game overall. Also, the fact that both teams have good bullpens is working in our advantage for the full game overall in case the starters maybe do struggle a bit. And then, of course, the biggest roadblock you have with the first inning no run is that both teams are facing the heart of the order. They're facing the best hitters on both teams in the first inning. So that's the opposite side of the argument, and that's why I normally don't mess with it. But I do think in this situation, you probably need a pretty low-scoring start to this game if you want to stay under 7.5 overall.